Jumbo from 12,000 feet up Mount Kilimanjaro. It's Sherry here reporting for Dee and myself. I'm very happy to report that everything is going wonderful for both of us. We're healthy, we're happy, things are running like clockwork. Only thing that's great about that is that we don't have a clock anymore. We tossed aside our watches. We hit the road running after you last heard from Dee, which had us heading out on a drive from the hotel to park entrance. We had a very brief look at life in Africa, and first impressions made me smile as every stereotypical picture that I had ever seen of Africa came to life. As we drove along really dusty red roads, you couldn't breathe because there was so much dust in your nose, but you could see women in brilliant clothing, children riding bikes, large grasses sticking out 3 feet each side, so many people carrying baskets of food or buckets of water on their heads, and that big, beautiful African smile just everywhere. After a couple of hours' drive, we ended up hitting what I certainly believe was a highlight so far, and that was visiting the school at Rongai that was built by a previous team from Algonquin. There, we met with a counselor, and he shared that the school is in operation with 70 kids up to grade 2, and they attend just Monday to Friday, just like our kids do at home. What is different is that the teacher walks 2 hours from the neighboring village every day to teach them. It was a very soulful and rewarding 20 minutes. It certainly brought a tear to my eye and made me feel very privileged to be a part of this. Then we moved on to the park entrance, which was quite a scene, and began the climb. We're into 3 days of climbing now, and certainly a routine has been established. It's either hot or cold. That's all we know. And the usual day sort of goes like this. We rise with the sun at about 6:30, pack up our tent, get a big camp breakfast, oxygen sets, pulse checks, everything, make sure we're all doing okay. And up till now, most of us are doing okay. A few people have been having some, altitude signs and symptoms, but most of us are okay. At that point, we bandage our feet and began the day's hike. We hike and eat and hike and eat, and so it goes throughout the day. Lots of visiting with the group, and we hit the bed shortly after the sun goes down at about 7 or 7:30 because it gets really cold then. The investment in those sleeping bags was truly worth it, trust me. Today is a stabilization day. We hiked the most gorgeous hike around the base of Mount Kilimanjaro to get to a more desirable angle for the next descent. As I said, we're at about 12,000 feet now, and tomorrow's a big day, I guess. Today the trek was just amazing. There was wild grasses and volcanic rock everywhere, interrupted by sometimes with wild gladiolas and wild heather, just beautiful. Mount Walenzi was to my right, Mount Kili just quietly behind us for now as we were walking away to get around it, and then to my left, the plains of Kenya. When the clouds lift and the sun comes out, you can't help for a second almost to feel like it's Alice in Wonderland. It's just amazing to be here. I guess Alice, though, she was never as dirty as we are now. We're absolutely filthy, but we have grown to become comfortable in our dirt, and we have blisters on our feet, but we're masters at using the duct tape and getting those feet taped into a state of comfort. In ending this, I guess Dee and I are happy, we're well, and we remind each other every day when we cuddle into our sleeping bags that we're two of the luckiest people on earth. So check out the other team's blogs to get more details on what's happening with us from other people's perspectives. And a few days later in the week, Dee will be reporting in on our feeling, as we'll be about another 5,000-6,000 feet up and be getting ready for the final push to the summit. Hope everybody's well and happy. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.